I absolutely love Bioshock, guys. I think that this is one of the most creative titles and series ever created, in my opinion, when it comes to just the video game medium. I just have really felt that this title, and there's so much to this franchise that I just want to continue uncovering. And so what I wanted to go ahead and do, guys, is talk about everything that we know so far about Bioshock 4 so that we can kind of talk about it and we can give our thoughts, and I would love to hear yours in the comment section down below. So let's get into it. And an article, guys, written by Lauren Morton of PC Gamer. 2K created a new studio to develop Bioshock 4, so brace yourself for a shakeup. After a year or so of rumors, 2K has finally come out to acknowledge that Bioshock 4 is in development. It's been 6 years since the last Bioshock game, double the time between each of the other 3 games in the series. After at least one internal cancellation and reboot, Bioshock 4 is properly on its way now. So the first thing that we really got to take, just kind of a breath of fresh air, that Bioshock 4 is in development. It's in development, guys. It's happening, and that's so exciting. Now, hopefully it doesn't get canceled. Hopefully we don't get another reboot or something of that nature, but nonetheless, it is coming. We don't know many concrete details about the next Bioshock game just yet. It was only in December 2019 that 2K announced the name of the studio working on the game. The press release didn't give any details on the game itself, so we're mostly down to speculation and waiting. Now, what's the release date for Bioshock 4? Unfortunately, it's way too early to be talking release dates. The formation of the new 2K studio developing Bioshock 4 was just announced, and although we can hope it's entered full production already, we don't actually know what stage the game is in. So if you were to ask me, guys, as far as when we could probably expect this title to come out, my thought process is this. Because of the pandemic and everything else going on in our world, the uncertainties there, I'm sure Bioshock 4 has been delayed slightly. However, I would say that even though if the pandemic had never happened, I do believe that we would have got an announcement, even though more of like an announcement trailer this year in 2020. But I would say that we're going to get that now in 2021, and I think the game will probably come out in 2022. But that's literally just me and my personal thought process on it, because I do believe that it's probably been in development for quite some time now, and I'm sure they're going to want to show the world something to really confirm whether it's called Bioshock 4 or something else. Now, although rumors about the next Bioshock game had been circulating for about a year prior, we finally got confirmation of its existence when 2K publisher announced the formation of the new studio, Cloud Chamber. 2K describes the new studio led by Kelly Gilmore as a collective of storytellers eager to push the front lines of interactive entertainment by making unique, entertaining, and thoughtful experiences that engage the world. Now, one of the big questions people have asked is, will Bioshock 4 still be a shooter? Well, the answer to that, guys, is definitely. When announcing that Bioshock 4 is in the works, 2K said it can't wait to see where the new studio Cloud Chamber takes its powerful narrative and iconic first-person shooter gameplay in the future. So they did say that unless something changes in a massive way, we're going to be getting another first-person shooter. Bioshock may be in new hands, which does inevitably mean some change, but it sounds like Cloud Chamber will be marching along with a focus on what made the previous games popular. Now, I've stated this before, guys, on my YouTube channel. You guys can check out all of my Bioshock 4 content. But one of the big things that I've talked about that has been very concerning to myself, and I know some of you out there as well, is the fact that Ken Levine, the one, the studio director, guys, who used to work on Bioshock in these games and basically brought these all to life, he and his team are no longer a part of it. It's Cloud Chamber, a completely new, company. This reminds me slightly of what happened with the Halo franchise, where, we had Bungie that worked on Halo up to a certain point, and then those, everything kind of changed, and Bungie moved away and kind of started working on their own projects, and then 343 Industries came into the fray. They created, of course, Halo 5 Guardians, which was met with a lot of unhappy fans. I wouldn't be surprised, guys. I do believe it's going to take a couple of titles, in my opinion, for Cloud Chamber to kind of get it right. I think that they're going to play this title, Bioshock 4, more safe than anything. They're going to want to keep it as close to, not take too many risks. That's just my opinion. because I don't think that they're going to want to try anything too crazy that's going to kind of throw the fan base, kind of throw us off, too much. I think they're going to stay true to, the origins of what Bioshock was built on. So how long has the game been in development? Well, according to a Kotaku report, this isn't the first iteration of Bioshock 4. Apparently, it was originally in development at Certain Affinity under the codename Parkside in 2015. That version of Bioshock 4 was canceled sometime in 2016. The current version of Bioshock 4 has been in development, Kotaku says, since 2017. So, if it's been 2017, guys, I mean, it's going on 4 years now that this has been in development. And part of me also, this was another thing that kind of concerned me a little bit about this title, is has it been in some form of development hell? Have there been a lot of, creative differences between the studio and the publishers? Have there just been a lot of issues that have arisen? Obviously, it's gone through a cancellation, when it was the codename Parkside in 2015. So, and then that was, of course, canceled in 2016. I mean, we don't know how long in development they were with that, but it does kind of raise some concerns. Do we know anything about Bioshock 4's story? Bioshock Infinite's final DLC, Burial at Sea, wrapped up some loose ends, which makes it a bit hard to speculate on what the next game will be like. It seems unlikely that Bioshock 4 will be a direct sequel to Infinite. We'd speculate that Bioshock 4 might distance itself from Infinite a bit by exploring new characters and new locations. Now, I'm going to give you guys my thought on this. I think that they actually will stick with probably either... I mean, you could argue they'll kind of stay within the realm of Bioshock Infinite, only because they want to stay somewhat close to what the origins of Bioshock is all about. They're not going to want, they want to stay like in Columbia, as far as the setting's concerned. They're not going to want to drift too far off of that. I mean, I think it would be great for them to take a real leap of faith here. Part of me, though, wonders that they should kind of get their footing in this universe first before they move on to other things. But given the infinite lighthouses leading to alternate worlds and infinite sea of doors, perhaps we'll end up visiting another reality entirely. Oh, and Cloud Chamber's website has a lighthouse centered pretty prominently near the top of the page, which reads like a clue to us, there's always a lighthouse, etc. Well, I just think, guys, that, they're definitely going to be exploring the lighthouses, which I think is a great thing. I think what Ken Levine built there with the team for the other with Bioshock, Infinite, I would love to see them either... I would love to see that, that next step. You go from Columbia to another world, or from Rapture to another world, or however they want to do it. This could be something really special, but at the same time, I don't want them to try too much here, because that's where they're going to start losing the fan base, I believe, personally, unless they have a great script and such, because we already know that they might have been in development hell, and there may have been creative differences, and Ken Levine and those guys are no longer there. This is a brand new studio. Stay grounded. That's just what I think, guys. Can the old job postings tell us anything about Bioshock 4? Occasionally, there are juicy details to be gleaned from a company's public job postings. Now that its existence has been revealed, Cloud Chamber is hiring up at its San Francisco and Montreal locations. There are quite a few positions available. They seem to be all pretty standard job postings, so it doesn't seem there's much to be learned here just yet. Cloud Chamber is looking for producers, engineers, level designers, environment artists, combat designers, and a bunch of other jobs that you commonly see for any large game. What we can tell is that Cloud Chamber is definitely staffing up. If Bioshock 4 isn't already churning in full production mode, it certainly will be sooner rather than later. Back when the project codename Parkside was in the hands of Certain Affinity, a Kotaku report quoted someone involved as saying, "The issue is that Parkside's not ready for lots of people." So when we hear more about Bioshock 4, given how tight-lipped 2K and Cloud Chamber have been so far, it could be a while before we hear more about the next Bioshock. We didn't hear any mention of Bioshock 4 during the various digital showcases of 2020, so we may be in for a wait until 2021 for an announcement. And I agree with that. I think, guys, like I was saying, because of the pandemic, we're probably not going to hear anything until 2021 about Bioshock 4. And then I would say, 2022 or somewhere in that range is when we'll probably expect to be able to play the game, depending on how far along they are with the title. But all I can say, guys, is I'm very excited about this title. I am skeptical, but I am cautiously optimistic about it. So I'd love to hear your thoughts about it, though, in the comment section down below. I'll be making more Bioshock 4 content, so if you guys enjoy it, definitely stay here with the YouTube channel. But let me know, like I said, once again, guys, what do you guys want to see in Bioshock 4? Let me know in that comment section. And for more Bioshock 4 content and videos, stay here with Zero TV.